Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Edu Protocols Are as Good as Gold. And today we're going to be talking about the strategy DBQ. This one is not in the books again, but it is one of the Edu protocols behind the scenes. And so we're going to take a deeper dive into DBQ. If you've never heard of DBQ, it is document-based question. And it's found in a lot of different AP history exams. And so what that really means is that it's usually an essay, and the students are asked to analyze maybe some type of historical issue or trend that's kind of happening, and they have to use sources that might be primary sources or documents. So that is what DBQ stands for when we're talking about DBQ in today's series. Just a reminder that all of the sessions can be reviewed and are available, and you can find all the resources as well on these Wakelets. And so all of the Wakelet links are hyperlinked in the YouTube description, so you're able to go in and see all of these amazing sessions that have been offered by Gold and that cover all of the Edu protocols from books 1 to the math version and some that are not even in the books. And we will hopefully keep up with future Edu protocol books as they come out as well. So make sure you check out this resource for all of your links and examples. So here is a poster kind of DBQ example, and I'm actually going to kind of skip to the Google slide. So this reminds us of 8 parts. And so this DBQ goes with the 8 parts, and this is for history and social science skills. So students have a primary or secondary source. They create their 3-word summary, and then there's evidence and details that kind of support the summary of what is going on in that primary or secondary source. Then they also have to make that historical context. So what do you know about the topic blank? What do you now know about the topic after seeing this source? And so students kind of use those sentence stems to help them create that historical context. And then they will place the visual source or the link to the source right here so that they're able to go back and look. And then they're going to write a quick, short DBQ paragraph. They're going to write their claim, their quote, and their evidence to support it, and then their analysis about it. And then again, they repeat for the second one, and then they're going to write a conclusion. So very quick and easy DBQ kind of template. And then what I provided is just some other examples of DBQ from other people that have kind of scaffolded that process as well out. So students will watch this video and they're going to take notes, and then they're going to look at the prompt and determine the historical context. So they're reading the prompt right here. They're determining that historical context in step 1. In step 2, they're asking, the prompt is asking them to do what with the documents. So then they're reading and trying to figure out what am I supposed to do with this information? And then they're using and analyzing maybe with the SPY. So they're summarizing the prompts and the purpose of why. And then down here, I love how scaffold this kind of is. It has all the documents, and students are writing a 1 summary, how it relates to historical content, intended audience, point of view, and purpose or why. And it repeats for the other documents. So just another really good strategy to help you and your students. And then they're looking at that prompt again, and they're ranking those factors in the importance to determine the most to least important. And then they are writing a thesis. And then they are writing their DBQ. So again, kind of scaffold students out just like that. But I also really love this template because it reminds me of the 8 parts. This one was created by Amanda Sandoval, and you can just kind of see how she organized her DBQs and having students with strict gender roles. And so you can kind of see, I love how she does the background context, because I think sometimes our students really, really do struggle with that content when it does come to some of these topics that we're teaching them. And then she has the students begin to kind of think about the DBQ, and then they're doing a writing about it. Here's another template that your students might use. So they are finding the historical context, they're summarizing, and then they're analyzing the document. They're writing their thesis, their power sentence, and then how does this answer the prompt. And again, then they're sharing their responses. This is another really good example, which we kind of saw earlier, taking through this different steps of DBQ. And then right here, it has the same kind of graphic that we saw earlier, just a little bit different laid out on the steps. And then here is the other DBQ prompt is the title of the poster. So I will link all of these DBQ resources for you in the Wakelet link, and then you're able to explore more and you can make copies for your classroom. Thank you so much for joining us today on Gold EDU. We look forward to connecting with you, and make sure you subscribe and like the channel and the video. And again, we can't wait to connect with you on Twitter.